Did you know that nearly half of Americans over 50 report feeling more emotionally isolated today than they did just a decade ago? It's a startling statistic, but it reflects a reality many quietly face. Perhaps you've felt those moments of emptiness or uncertainty in your relationships, wondering why reassurance from loved ones never seems to last. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and you're in the right place. We're here to explore something called detachment that might just change how you see yourself and your connections with others. This isn't about shutting people out. Rather, it's a powerful perspective shift that helps you reclaim emotional balance and self-worth, no matter your age or circumstances. I'd love to hear your personal experiences in the comments below. Share whether you felt isolated or overly dependent on someone else for happiness. And if you find this message meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to stay connected as we journey toward greater emotional well-being. Detachment can feel like stepping into new territory, especially if you've believed for most of your life that love means giving all of yourself. In truth, detachment isn't about not caring. It's about releasing the urge to control or overly depend on another person for your sense of worth. Picture it as gently holding a bird in the palm of your hand, neither crushing it by clinging too tightly, nor ignoring it by keeping your grip closed. You allow enough space for the bird to breathe, inviting it to remain on its own terms. When you choose detachment, you aren't discarding closeness. You're removing the weight of constant worry that comes from trying to force an outcome. Instead, you begin to see that you deserve joy and respect simply because you exist, not because someone else grants it to you. If a loved one truly shows up with care and effort, you can welcome that wholeheartedly. If they don't, your world doesn't collapse. You might feel disappointment, but your identity isn't defined by what someone else fails to provide. Over-attachment often sneaks up on us. You might start by texting a grown child a bit more frequently, or by scanning social media for someone's updates. Before long, those small habits can spiral into near-constant vigilance, where every delayed response feels like a personal rejection. In midlife or beyond, this sense of urgency can grow even stronger if you fear fewer chances remain for genuine connection. In chasing affection, you risk overlooking warning signs in a relationship, hoping your loyalty will inspire the other person to change. Paradoxically, the tighter you hold, the more you might lose your footing and your sense of self. Recognizing these patterns is the first step. It doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you start caring for yourself at least as much as you care for others. You begin to question how much power you've handed over to those who might not even realize the influence they wield. You also realize you can set boundaries, open your heart, but keep your peace non-negotiable. Energy and self-worth go hand in hand. Imagine walking into a room where one person barely looks up, shoulders slumped, while another greets you with an assured smile and a posture that says, "I have nothing to prove." The second person conveys a magnetic calm simply by existing. In relationships, the same dynamic applies. When you're searching for external approval, your energy can feel anxious or desperate, overshadowing whatever you actually say. But when your self-worth comes from within, your energy steadies. You speak and listen with clarity, not to impress anyone, but because your thoughts and presence carry inherent value. This isn't about arrogance. It's about understanding that the life experiences you've accumulated up to this point matter. When you don't depend on someone else to feel validated, you free yourself to show up more authentically. People sense that grounded energy and often respond with openness and respect. Consider Linda, a 64-year-old woman who found herself divorced after nearly 4 decades of marriage. Unsure of who she was outside that long relationship, she re-entered the dating world with hesitation. Before long, she noticed a familiar anxiety every time she checked her phone. Realizing she was slipping back into old patterns, She embraced detachment. She joined a walking club, took up painting, and genuinely enjoyed her life instead of waiting for someone else to fulfill her every emotional need. Interestingly, the man she was seeing became more attentive once she stopped hinging her happiness on his every text. Stories like Linda's mirror research on how older adults find greater satisfaction when they maintain a sense of autonomy. Some studies suggest that seniors who pursue activities independent of a romantic partnership experience lower stress and greater resilience, even when relationships evolve or end. This echoes the principles of attachment theory, which apply at any age. Secure attachment involves confidence in who you are, openness to closeness without fear of abandonment, and the knowledge that disagreement or physical distance won't necessarily harm a meaningful bond. Healthy detachment often begins with small changes in everyday routines. Try starting your mornings with a phone-free walk or a meditation, letting yourself reconnect with your surroundings instead of scrolling for notifications. Give yourself permission to explore goals that have nothing to do with anyone else. Maybe you've always wanted to garden, learn an instrument, or volunteer in your community. Aligning your time with what genuinely matters to you lessens the urge to seek constant approval. Mindfulness exercises like journaling can help you notice anxious thoughts before they spiral. Writing down your fears or frustrations gives them shape, allowing you to examine whether they stem from a current situation or from old insecurities. This process can be deeply freeing. You also learn to interact differently, no longer dependent on how quickly someone replies or how affectionately they respond. You keep your own emotional balance while remaining open to meaningful connection. As these small, deliberate steps take root, you'll likely sense an internal shift. Conversations that once left you uneasy may feel lighter because you're no longer seeking them to feel whole. Invitations or their absence become part of life's ebb and flow rather than yardsticks for your worth. Real intimacy grows because it's based on genuine choice rather than unspoken demands. You might catch yourself asking new questions, not, "Why won't they make more effort?" but, "Does this add to my life, or am I content either way?" This mindset doesn't lead to isolation, it leads to freedom. You discover that people drawn to your calm self-assurance want to be there because they genuinely value you, rather than feeding off your insecurities. Take a moment now to reflect on how these ideas could reshape your own life. Detachment is about honoring your path and giving others the space to honor theirs. It's a gentle but powerful realization that your worth is independent of any one person's response or opinion. You can open your heart to love and companionship while maintaining your own solid ground. If you've been inspired to try a new creative outlet or set a boundary in a difficult relationship, lean into that spark of possibility. Consistency is key. Keep those daily check-ins with yourself, whether through mindfulness, journaling, or investing time in pursuits that bring you joy. Trust that every small step can strengthen your sense of security from within. Mistakes are part of the journey, and each misstep is another chance to learn. I'd love to hear about your experiences, whether you're just beginning to explore detachment or have already seen its impact in your life. Share your stories or questions in the comments. And if you found this message helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue building a community that reminds us it's never too late to reclaim your emotional independence and find deeper fulfillment in every connection that truly matters.